Have you ever felt like there's something different about you that you can't quite explain? Maybe strangers randomly walk up to you and start pouring out their life stories, or perhaps you keep waking up at exactly the same time each night, for no clear reason. This isn't your imagination. If you're nodding as you watch, there's a very real chance you're a chosen one, set apart by God for something greater. In this video, we'll unravel 7 surprising signs that prove you're a chosen one. But before we continue, like this video and comment 333. It is a sign you didn't stumble on this video by chance. If you have not subscribed, click the subscribe button and follow us. You won't regret it. The first sign. Strangers are drawn to you, and you don't know why. If it seems like random people often approach you for advice, comfort, or just to talk, it's more than coincidence. It's spiritual. You carry a light inside you that others can feel, even if they can't explain it. This light comes from God, and it naturally attracts both the hurting and the searching. Whether you're grabbing coffee, waiting in line at the grocery store, or even scrolling online, people may sense that you carry peace, understanding, and a certain magnetic presence. Imagine standing in a cafe waiting for your latte, headphones around your neck, when a stranger sits beside you and blurts out a personal struggle. They ask, "Do you have a minute?" You later realize you sensed their pain before they spoke. But with that light comes responsibility, because not everyone drawn to you has good intentions. That's why God also gives you discernment. You just know when someone isn't right. For you might not have hard facts, but your spirit reacts. You can sense when a person is being fake or when they need help. You learn quickly to trust that inner nudge. Chosen ones aren't born with a how-to manual. They learn through every encounter. When someone approaches you, pause and listen. Even if you feel unqualified, your presence can be healing. You don't need fancy degrees, just an open heart. Second sign, your intuition is always spot on. Chosen ones often carry an inner voice that speaks louder than any outside noise. You may have a gut feeling not to go somewhere or to call someone, and it turns out you were right. That feeling is more than instinct. It's divine guidance. When storms hit, job loss, relationship drama, health scares, while others panic, you stay calm. Deep down, you just know it's going to be okay. You're not superhuman, you're spiritually tuned in. You've been trained by life to look beyond what's happening and trust what's coming. You read the hidden signs, the little whispers. This kind of intuition protects you. It helps you avoid toxic people, bad opportunities, and even danger. You don't need proof to know something isn't right. You just know. And often you realize later that your instincts saved you from something terrible. Example: a friend invites you to a gathering at the last minute. You get a sudden chill, so you politely decline, and later hear there was a brawl that night. You thank your inner voice for keeping you safe. Whether it's picking up on people's true intentions or knowing which path to take without anyone else's advice, this deep inner compass is one of your most powerful tools. You don't follow the crowd, you follow your spirit. Third sign, you feel things more deeply than others. You might be sitting in a room full of people laughing and suddenly, boom, a word, a memory, a glance hits you like a wave. It's not just being emotional, it's spiritual sensitivity. Chosen ones feel things on a soul level. You don't just hear someone's pain, you absorb it. You don't just notice beauty, you feel it in your chest. You cry during worship, over a sunset, or even a stranger's act of kindness. That's not weakness, that's a gift. This emotional depth helps you love harder, forgive deeper, and relate to people who feel misunderstood. It makes you a safe space, but it can also be draining. Being around chaos or toxic environments may leave you feeling exhausted and hollowed out. That's why you need to guard your heart and recharge often. Prayer, quiet time, nature. Grounding practices like walking barefoot on the earth or just being still, these aren't optional for you. They're survival tools. After visiting a busy mall, you might feel so drained that you need to sit in silence for 30 minutes before you can talk again. That's your spirit calling you back to peace. You're not too sensitive, you're chosen, and your feelings are spiritual tools, not flaws. Fourth sign, children and animals gravitate toward you. Children and animals don't care about your status, your clothes, or how perfect you look. They respond to energy, and they can tell when someone carries peace. If babies smile at you or animals seem unusually calm around you, it's because your presence is comforting. Your spirit is soft, safe, and sincere. Dogs approach you. Cats rub against your legs. Birds don't scatter when you walk by. You may not understand it, but they feel your heart. These innocent souls see what many adults miss. Your light. This isn't random. It's spiritual confirmation. It shows that your energy is pure enough to calm even the most sensitive beings. And that's beautiful. In a world full of noise, your quiet energy speaks volumes. Example of scenario. You're on a park bench and a stray dog approaches, nuzzles your hand, then lays its head in your lap. You feel an unspoken bond forming in that moment, a reminder that your spirit touches creatures effortlessly. Use this gift. When you sense a stray, animal or child wanting comfort, don't turn away. Offering kindness to these souls can strengthen your own light. Fifth sign. You keep waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. If your eyes always pop open in the early hours, around 3 to 4 a.m., it's not your bladder, it's your spirit. That hour, often called the spiritual hour, is when the veil between the natural and the spiritual world is thinnest. During this time, divine downloads happen. God may be trying to whisper something. Your soul is listening even when your body wants to sleep. Instead of rolling over and groaning, try sitting up, breathing deeply, and listening in silence. Many chosen ones receive ideas, comfort, answers, or even clarity during these moments. You might feel a sudden inspiration for a project, a solution to a long-standing problem, or just a deep peace washing over you. Sometimes you wake at 3:15 a.m., fully alert. You sit up and journal for 10 minutes, recording a vision that later becomes a guiding theme in your career. If this keeps happening to you, don't ignore it. You're being awakened, not just from sleep, but into purpose. Honor those moments. Let them guide you toward whatever you need to focus on next. Sixth sign. You're not afraid to be different. Have you always felt like the odd one out? Maybe you never quite fit into school cliques, or your dreams didn't match what your family expected. While others craved belonging, you were okay walking your own path, even when it meant walking alone. This ability to stand apart, even when it's hard, shows you were never meant to blend in. You weren't made for the crowd. You were made to lead, inspire, and set a new standard. You value truth over popularity, depth over noise, peace over attention. Even when people don't get you, you don't change to be accepted. You know who you are, and more importantly, you know whose you are. Maybe in college, you turned down a high-paying internship because it clashed with your values. Friends thought you were crazy, but you slept peacefully, knowing you made the right choice. That quiet confidence, that's divine. Rejection doesn't break you, it reminds you that you're set apart. You're not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. You weren't created to please people. You were created to fulfill purpose. Seventh sign. You find meaning in solitude. While many people fear being alone, you find strength in it. In solitude, you connect with God. You recharge, you hear your own thoughts, and you grow. Chosen ones often experience long periods of isolation, not as punishment, but as preparation. That quiet season wasn't a delay. It was God pulling you aside to develop you, to teach you, and to anoint you. You once spent a weekend alone in the woods with no phone service. By the end, you returned home with fresh vision and clarity you'd never felt in the noise of daily life. When others crave constant attention or validation, you feel peace in silence. You understand that some of the most powerful transformations happen in hidden places. That's where clarity comes. That's where purpose forms. Alone doesn't mean abandoned. It means set apart. So when you find yourself pulled away from crowds, don't fight it, lean in. Your spirit is being sharpened. You're not being left behind. You're being elevated. If you recognized yourself in these 7 signs, it's not by accident. You are different, not in a prideful way, but in a sacred one. God chose you to carry something rare in a world that desperately needs light. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and also click the next video shown on your screen.